Hey everyone, it's Mo's back online, so I just wanted to give you some updates on Tommy Robinson's situation. I'll also give you some of my thoughts as well. So, Tommy Robinson is a very sticky spot at the moment. He's in big trouble. He's been in and out of court. There's been charges levied against him. He's set to face his court case, which is currently being adjourned. He will face court on October 2026. So next year, October 2026, he has to wait anxiously for a year and a half to see the outcome of his case for causing, in quotation marks, harassment and causing fear of violence against these Daily Mail journalists. I'm not going to tell you the premise of the story. You can clue yourselves in on the details by doing a bit of research, and you know all about it, because it's a bit long and convoluted. But essentially, he is set to appear in court in one of the most senior level Crown courts in the entirety of the country. It's the same court that trials people who've committed the most serious crimes: murderers, rapists, sexual offenders, terrorists, etc., etc. I just simply can't understand why someone like Tommy Robinson, who's caused harassment, that justifies him being trialed at a court that trials the most serious offenders. But anyways, the crux of the matter is that these charges levied against him could land him in prison for up to 10 years. So we all know it's a set of spurious claims. We all know it's a stitch-up. But for causing harassment, you get banged up in jail for up to 10 years. That's the maximum penalty. Now, let's say he wasn't given the maximum penalty. Even half of that, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, is already long enough. Hell, even 1 year, locked up in solitary confinement all by yourself like a zoo animal, is already long enough. It's a hell of a long time to be locked up in prison like that. He's already been locked up for 7 months in solitary confinement for a civil offence, being treated like a zoo animal. That's already done enough damage to him. Imagine how much irreparable damage several years locked up like that in the same manner would do to Tommy. It would absolutely do catastrophic damage to his physical health, his mental health, his psychological health. This is absolute madness. Absolute freaking madness. There's a whole two-tier element to this whole case. These Daily Mail journalists, they put his family in danger. They were spying on his kids, pointing his camera and following his children, his family, whilst they were on family holiday in Spain, and pointing their cameras at his children lying down there in sunbeds. No one bats an eyelid. The police, the authorities, the British state, they don't come after these journalists. And then when Tommy does the same thing in reverse, points the camera and starts following these journalists, suddenly he gets these charges levied against him. Everyone goes all apeshit, and the British state tells Tommy that you will face the full force of the law, that you're going to be held against these charges. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is being done intentionally. Why didn't we hear about these charges? Why didn't we hear about these accusations, these spurious claims, from the day that he released that silence documentary in Trafalgar Square during that Unite the Kingdom rally, till the day that he was released from prison, from Belmarsh, H&P Woodhill, after being locked up for 7 months? Why didn't we hear about these accusations? This is being done intentionally. And this tells you that what the British state is doing is they're trying to use Tommy Robinson, as well as all of these political prisoners, Lucy Connolly, Wayne O'Rourke, Julie Sweeney, I believe that's what you call her. Anyways, all of these political prisoners, they're trying to use these people as examples to tell the British people, to tell the general public that if you go against the status quo, if you challenge authority, if you challenge the agenda, the narrative, if you refuse to sing along to the same hymn sheet that the British state is telling you to sing along, you will face the consequences. We're coming after you. You will face the full force of the law. We are here to silence you, to ostracize you, to punish you into submission, into following exactly what the government tells you to do. So you better get back in line and get back to being a normal person just like everybody else, and stop challenging authority. Our British state is turning into a totalitarian lawfare state, and this is what Tommy's trying to expose. So if you're a real advocate for freedom of speech and you don't want your freedoms being taken away, I think the 13th of September in central London is the time and place to be. I think that what this tells us is that if you did nothing wrong, do not plead guilty. I think Tommy understands that, and I think a lot of people understand this, but this is easier said than done. If you did nothing wrong, if you seriously in your heart, and you can confess to yourself that you did not commit a crime, do not plead guilty, because the government, the British state, will recognise that you just admitted to committing a crime, that you didn't do anything in the first place, and they can use that information against you in the future. Just this whole two-tier madness is absolute madness. It's like, it's not just Tommy Robinson. There's a two-tier element to everything in British society right now at the moment. Lucy Connolly, Wayne O'Rourke, ordinary people. They post offensive words. They post mean tweets on social media. They get banged up for 2.5 years. And then suddenly Kneecap comes up on stage on Glastonbury, calls for the murder of MPs, and tells everyone to start riots outside of these courts on the first week of August. Nobody bats an eyelid. The police, the authorities, they don't go hammering down on Kneecap. What's that all about? There's a whole two-tier justice, two-tier policing happening within our country, and it's time for that to end. It's time for that to end. If you don't want to be silenced, if you don't want to be ostracized, if you don't want to be told that you don't get to have a right to challenge authority, to have your freedom of expressing your opinion and your thoughts, and you don't get to be proud of your country, no, we will raise our fingers up to the government on the 13th of September. That's what we're there to do. So let's all come together on the 13th of September. Let's pray for Tommy, because things are looking rough, and it shows you that this movement that we're fighting, that we're part of, and this battle that we're fighting, is not going to get any easier. In fact, it's going to get tougher and tougher and tougher. And it's going to take years, if not decades. After Rupert Lowe has passed away, we're still fighting on. Do you know how long it took for the Spanish and the Portuguese to drive out those Muslim conquerors and invaders from the Iberian Peninsula? It took them 300 years, and for them to eventually form the Reconquista movement. So it's going to take us a hell of a long time to actually save this country, to make it great again, reinstate Christianity. It's going to take a lot of effort, and we need to start waking more and more people up by doing all these things. For that Unite the Kingdom rally on the 13th of September, a free speech festival, it has to take place. We have to wake people up to the reality of things. The British state, the police, the authorities, the media, they're not on our side. And it's time to deliver justice to Tommy, to the British people, to you and me, that we are no longer going to be silenced. That's my message to all of you. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm beginning to lose my voice, so I'm going to end it right there. Scarly Mo's clocking out. God bless you all. I'll see you in the next video.